Jay-Z has always walked the line between myth and man. He's the billionaire mogul who built an empire off the back of his street hustle, the Brooklyn rapper turned global brand. The guy who married Beyoncé and somehow made that power couple image stick for 2 decades. But that entire legacy might be hanging by a thread. Meet Rhymir Satterthwaite, a name most people hadn't heard until recently, but one Jay-Z's legal team has been trying to swat away for over a decade. Rhymir isn't just some clout chaser looking for a viral moment. This is a man who has spent nearly his entire adult life trying to prove one thing, that Jay-Z is his biological father. And now, he's taken it to federal court. Let's rewind the clock. According to Rhymir, his late mother, Wanda, had a brief relationship with Jay-Z back in 1992. She was 15 and he was reportedly 22. The relationship didn't last, but what came next? She got pregnant. Rhymir was born. And years later, Wanda sat him down and told him the truth. Sean Carter was his father. At first, it didn't mean much to the kid. He already had someone raising him. But the more Wanda repeated the name, the more it stuck. By the time he was 8, she was calling Jay-Z by name. For years, they tried to reach out. Not for money. Rhymir's been clear about that from the start. What he wanted was a paternity test. A simple test to confirm whether or not Jay-Z was his dad. And allegedly, Jay-Z's team agreed to it, until they realized how old Wanda had been. That's when everything changed. Instead of cooperating, Jay-Z's camp allegedly began distancing themselves, possibly out of fear that this could lead to serious criminal implications. Fast forward to 2025. Rhymir has filed multiple lawsuits, including one under the Proc Legal Act, a strategic legal move to call out systemic issues that allegedly protected Jay-Z for years. He's accused the courts of mishandling evidence, allowing fraud, and even enabling lawyers to lie without consequence. It's not just about Jay-Z anymore. It's about accountability. But despite the seriousness of these claims, Jay-Z hasn't taken a DNA test, not once. And that's the part that has people talking. Because if someone is accusing you of being their father, and you know you're not, why not just take the test and shut it down for good? According to Rhymir, it's because Jay-Z knows what the result would be. And he's scared, not of Rhymir, but of what the truth would mean for his billion-dollar brand, his legacy, and most of all, his marriage. Because Beyoncé? She's not playing around anymore. Multiple insiders claim she's been aware of Jay-Z's alleged cheating for years. We all remember Lemonade. We saw the elevator incident with Solange. But a secret love child, born from a teenage girl? That's not just another chapter in their marriage. That's the final straw. And here's where it gets even messier. 50 Cent, never one to bite his tongue, recently mocked Jay-Z over the situation, claiming their marriage was always more of a contract than a love story. He pointed out how Jay-Z's career took off once he married Beyoncé. Grammys started rolling in, and he went from street rapper to the face of hip-hop royalty. But if that marriage falls apart, so does the image. And Rhymir is not backing down. Even after withdrawing his latest federal lawsuit, he made it crystal clear. This isn't over. He's just playing chess now. And Jay-Z? He might be out of moves. Jay-Z's legal team isn't sitting quietly. In fact, they've gone on the offensive, labeling Rhymir's efforts as decades-long harassment. Court filings claim his lawsuits have been dismissed repeatedly, and that Rhymir, along with his godmother Lily, who's also his caretaker, have ignored prior court rulings. According to their narrative, this isn't about truth or justice. It's about dragging Jay-Z's name through the mud for attention. But Rhymir doesn't flinch. He's been through it all already: accusations, doubt, character attacks. He's been called a liar, a fame seeker, even a scammer. Yet his story hasn't changed in over a decade. No demand for money. No flashy media campaign. Just the same steady message. He wants the truth, and he wants a fair chance to prove it in court. That's it. And let's be real. If Jay-Z wanted to end this, all it would take is a simple test. A cheek swab. One afternoon. Done. But instead, there's been silence, legal footwork, and now what many believe is an all-out attempt to bury this once and for all. The plot thickened when Rhymir suddenly withdrew his federal lawsuit. On the surface, it looked like defeat. But almost immediately, he jumped on Instagram Live to set the record straight. "It's not over," he said. "We're playing chess, not checkers." He insisted the withdrawal was a strategic move, hinting at more powerful steps being taken behind the scenes. For someone who's been at this since 2015, he doesn't sound like a man who's backing down. He sounds like someone who's just getting warmed up. What makes this entire thing hard to ignore is how eerily similar Rhyme looks to Jay-Z. It's not just the nose or the eyes. It's the structure of the face, the expressions, the demeanor. Even some of Jay's former associates have admitted that once you talk to Rhymir, it's hard to unsee the resemblance. Oskino, a rapper who knows Jay personally, said straight up, "That's his son. You can tell." And if that's true, then we're talking about more than a paternity issue. We're talking about statutory implications. Wanda, Rhymir's mother, was a minor when she had him. If Jay-Z really was 22 at the time, that relationship wouldn't just be controversial, it could be considered criminal. And that's the bombshell no one in Jay's camp wants detonated. Beyoncé, according to several reports, has been quietly distancing herself. Some sources claim she's had enough, while others say she's trying to hold things together for the sake of their kids and the empire they've built. But it's clear the brand is under threat. Beyoncé has worked too hard, crafted too perfect a public image, to let it be destroyed by a decades-old secret her husband refuses to address. 50 Cent, as usual, didn't hold back. In a podcast appearance, he suggested that Jay-Z and Beyoncé's entire marriage was more of a contract than a love story. According to him, Jay-Z's career skyrocketed after marrying Beyoncé, not because of talent, but because of the image it projected. A businessman, a family man, a reformed king of hip-hop. And now that image is under fire. What makes this moment different is that the story isn't being controlled by tabloids or PR managers. Rhymir is speaking directly to the public. Instagram lives, personal videos, emotional honesty. He's not perfect. He's not polished. But he's real. And that's what's resonating with people. Not just fans of hip-hop, but everyday people who know what it's like to be ignored, dismissed, and told to shut up when they just want the truth. The conversation around Jay-Z and Rhymir Satterthwaite has grown louder, more complicated, and nearly impossible to ignore. But beneath the legal noise and celebrity gossip, there's a very human story at the center of this. One about a man searching for closure, and another doing everything in his power to avoid it. Rhea said repeatedly that he doesn't want Jay-Z's money. He's not looking for fame. He's not out here trying to ruin anyone. What he wants is what any person deserves, to know where they come from, to not be treated like a problem just because his existence might make powerful people uncomfortable. His fight hasn't just been against Jay-Z. It's also been against the system. He's talked openly about the courtroom corruption he claims to have experienced, judges allegedly ignoring clear evidence and lawyers, in his words, committing outright fraud. He has been in and out of courtrooms since he was a teenager, spending his own money, losing time, losing people. His mother passed away during this long battle, and yet he keeps going. He's filed complaints, posted video updates, spoken out about things that most people wouldn't dare say out loud. And in the middle of it all, he's still raising kids of his own. Still working. Still living his life like the rest of us, but carrying this massive weight on his back. The weight of not being believed, of being made into a joke, of being treated like a pest. And what has Jay-Z done in response? Silence. Not a single interview. Not one statement that directly addresses the allegations. Not even a polite denial, just carefully worded legal filings from a team of lawyers, calling Rhea harasser and saying he's wasting the court's time. But if it was all nonsense, wouldn't a DNA test have ended this years ago? That's the part that keeps sticking with people. Because Jay-Z is one of the most powerful men in music, he doesn't need to dodge anything, unless there's something worth dodging. The silence only makes it look worse. Then there's Beyoncé. Her image is pristine. She's spent decades building it carefully, flawlessly. Every step calculated. Every move iconic. She's untouchable in a way few celebrities are. But now her name is being dragged into this. And that's dangerous territory for someone who's known for controlling the narrative. People close to her say she's furious. Not just about the allegations themselves, but about how Jay-Z's refusal to take accountability could destroy everything they've worked for. Their partnership has always been treated like royalty. Their marriage isn't just romantic, it's business, it's branding, it's global influence. But if the truth comes out, it could tear all of that apart. Meanwhile, the internet's not buying the polished PR spin anymore. TikTok, Instagram, podcasts, everybody's talking. People are digging up old interviews, comparing Rhys' facial features, analyzing timelines. Some fans remain loyal to Jay-Z, sure, but more and more are starting to question why this story has been swept under the rug for so long. Because here's the thing, this isn't a random troll trying to go viral. This is a man who's been telling the same story the same way for nearly 15 years. And now he's gone beyond civil court. Rhys has reportedly filed for criminal charges. He's naming names. He's calling out the entire system that let this slide. He's not just fighting for himself anymore. He's speaking for every kid who's been abandoned, ignored, and silenced. Every person who's been told they're lying just because the truth makes someone else look bad. And at this point, whether Jay-Z is his father or not, the damage is already done. Because the truth always finds its way out. And when it does, it won't just ruin Jay-Z's legacy.